So this is chapter, I think this is chapter 9. Electricity. So you know that electricity is used to produce light, to produce heat, and to run machines work, okay, to run machines. So we are using electricity in these. Like in daily life we are using electricity in lighting the tube light and torches everywhere, not in torches, okay, but you cannot say that in torches when you are turning or you can switching on the switch off the torch, then in there also electricity is used. But this is that only we will discuss today about what is the means of how we are using electricity in torches and in this in how home, you can say in home appliances. So electricity is used for lighting tube, is used for lighting bulbs, and is used for heating purposes and many ways. Okay, various other purposes are there. So now when we are talking about electricity, so we should know about the charged particles. Yes, whenever we are talking about the electricity, then only one thing comes in our mind, that is charged particles. And charged particles, there are of two types. One is electron and one is proton. So in chemistry you have studied this, that a proton is supposed to be inside in the nucleus and electrons are you can say they are moving here and there in the outermost shell. So from this we observe that protons are fixed, protons cannot move, but electrons are free to move. Okay, electrons are free to move because they are in the outermost shell. Like suppose this is so the electrons are free to move because they are they are in the outermost shell and they are free to move, but proton cannot move because they are inside the nucleus. But because of this free of electron, means because the electron can move, because of this electricity is produced. Okay, flow of electron produce electricity. So there are the two types of charges, that is one is positive, that is fixed, positive charge is fixed, and another one is negative charge. So negative charge, in some metals they are free to move, okay, and that which produce electricity, Now so we can say that the flow of electron in a you can say flow of electron in a definite direction, okay, in a definite direction is called what? Electric current. Electricity, electric current. Fine. So now you know, when I suppose two bodies are there, okay, two heating bodies are there, okay, one is so you will tell me one is at higher you can say higher, one is having higher potential or you can say higher heat, another is having low heat. So how heat will transfer from those two bodies? Heat, like you have one body here and one body, from higher temperature to lower temperature, okay, heat will flow from higher temperature to lower temperature. Fine. Similarly, if you have two tanks, okay, if you have two tanks and you join pipe here, one is at one level of tank water is this and one is this. So how water will flow? From higher level of water to lower level of water, okay, from higher to lower. Similarly, if we will place two conductors, okay, so how electric current will flow? Electric current will also flow from higher to lower potential. There is a one quantity which measures, like here they are going from higher to lower temperature, okay, they are higher level to lower level. Fine. Similarly, when you will keep two conductors, then the direction of flow of current will be what? Higher potential to lower potential. Or what is higher potential, what is lower potential? You know that if an atom is having positive charge and if atom has negative charge means what? It has excess electron. I told you excess. Negative means what? Excess electron. And it have deficiency of electron. Deficiency of electron. So which is having excess of electron, that is actually having a higher potential, lower potential, because it is having excess of electron, and this is higher potential. Okay, so direction of the current will be what? Higher to lower. So that's why you have seen whenever you are making a circuit, you have seen like this. This is suppose your circuit. Let me make any key. Okay, so this is your circuit, fine. So you have seen that this direction of the current is like this. Yes? Yes, Aksa? So what is this? Actually small, this is the symbol of showing a cell. And this small one line is showing this is your what? This is positive and this is negative. Yes. So direction of the direction of electric current is what? Opposite of flow of electron. Bigger one is what? Positive. Fine. Now fine. So what? Yes. So I told you that how the electric current will flow. Electric current will flow from higher potential to lower potential. Yes. This like this it's going. So suppose it should be plus and it should be negative. Okay. Higher potential to lower potential. So what making the electric current transfer? Potential. Okay. That we will discuss later. What is the definition of potential we will discuss later. But here I told you that so that you can understand like when you will keep two bodies, hot bodies. So how temperature will flow higher to lower, higher level to lower level. Similarly, higher potential to lower potential. You can understand like this also flow of current and flow of current. You can understand or you can recognize by the flow of electron. Okay, if flow of electron is this, then the direction of electric current will be this. Opposite of flow of electron. Direction of current is the opposite of flow of electron. This is the direction of current. Current is always represented by capital I. Okay, in physics. So if electron movement is this, so direction of flow of current will be what? This. Alright? Like here, direction of electric current is this. That means flow of electron will be what? Like this. Electrons are moving like this. In this direction. Yes? So I hope so this direction is clear now. Now next move on to the next topic, that is your source of cell. Electric current means first of all we will discuss there are two types of current, DC current and AC current. Don't say indirect current, okay? Indirect current is nothing. DC current, direct current and alternating current. DC current and AC current. Okay, the AC current you will discuss later, but I am telling you AC current is what? Alternating current and DC current is direct current. But what is this direct current? What is this direct current? And DC current, like DC sources, you are able to see in torches, in cars, in radios. Okay, they are small cells. Now you have seen sometimes small cells are like this, remote. Yes, it is like this. One is positive, one is negative. One is positive terminal, one is negative terminal. It is like that only, like this. So you are using in remote. So these are actually what? These are the sources of direct current. Direct current means what? The current flows in one direction only. Okay? Current will flow only in one direction and it is having same one constant magnitude of current. Like suppose this cell is having 20 ampere current. 20 ampere current. So this current will be fixed. Every time whenever you will open, when you will turn on the switch of the torch, you will get 20 ampere current. Suppose, okay, it's a very high current. Suppose you will not get more than, in torches you will not get more than I think 4 and 5 ampere current. So every time you will, whenever you are turn on the switch, then you will able to draw the 20 ampere current every time. But after a limited time, okay, it's not like suppose it after a limit of time, suppose you used for 1 month and after that suppose it is not a very good quality, so you use 1 month, after that no current will be drawn out from it. Why? Because the current magnitude is fixed. Current magnitude, you understand, magnitude 20, okay, current magnitude is constant for a limited period of time. For a limited period of time. Okay, we mentioned that for a limited period of time. This is your DC current. And one more property of DC current is that it always flow in one direction. Always flow in one direction. And your alternating current can flow reverse also. Like if current is flowing like this, the current can flow like this also. Okay, it can reverse. Like in home appliances, we are using AC current. Okay, current can be reversed, but in DC, current cannot reverse. There will be flow is in one direction only. Direction is fixed, magnitude is fixed for a limited period of time. That's why it's known as DC current, direct current. Now there are some other sources of a yes. So current flows from positive terminal to negative terminal. In this also, like if you want to blow a bulb, okay, you will put here wire, then bulb will glow. Okay, so this is what also here positive to current will flow from positive to negative terminal. I told you that here higher potential to lower potential. Okay, you can remember like this. Plus sign is having deficiency, that means it has higher potential, and negative means lower potential. So now next we have some types of cells, but before, like there are two types of cells, primary cells and secondary cells. But before discussing of the primary and secondary cells, first we should means like now we are using this type of cell. So earlier, what type of cell we were using? We are using like this, like Lange cell, and these type of cell we were using like this. They have a conduct. We have a vessel. In this vessel, we will place two rods. Earlier, yes, it is a cell. It is a cell. Earlier, we were using cell like in this way. Okay. Now you can see you are using in this way. Cell. Okay. You can see the dry cells, very big, like in torches they are having very thick cells, in remote cells they are very thin cells. So these are cells now, cells are now available like this. Earlier cell was like that. In this also same, they have a same actually, you can say construction, they have same construction. So what is happening earlier, how we are using cells, like we are having a one vessel, in that there is some electrolyte means any solution, and usually we are taking H2SO4. H2SO4 is always the solution, and it is known as electrolyte. And one rod is made up of copper, and one rod is made up of zinc. Okay, then we connect a wire. Okay, like suppose it is positive, it is negative. Suppose it is positive, it is negative. So if you will connect a wire through this cell, so what will happen? Current, this bulb will glow. Okay, why? Because current will flow from positive to negative. Okay, and this will continue. I told you that for a limited period of time. So limited period of time means what? This will continue when both the levels become same. Like it is having deficiency, it is having excess. Flow of electron will be what? Flow of current is this, but flow of electron will be like this. So electron will move from here to here until unless their level become same. When their level will become same, then there will be, you can say, means no flow of current. Okay. After some time, this is the, you can say, direct current. Okay, so like so now we have a type of cells. Earlier we were using cells in this way. Similarly, you are having this cell also. Like if you will break the cell, then you will observe that there is some molten type liquid, not molten type of jelly type of you can say fluid, that is actually electrolyte, and inside it there is a cylinder. Actually these two rods are inserted in that. Fine. So this is the construction of a cell. Earlier we were using cell in this way. Okay, like I think you have seen in your laboratory also this type of cell. It is not there. Okay, you will be able to see, like maybe it is there, you don't know about this. So now there are two types of cells. One is primary cells and second is secondary cells. Primary cells and secondary cells. Primary cells means what? If we are talking about in a very simple definition, then we differentiate primary and secondary. Like if means a cell can be recharged again, then it is supposed to be secondary, and if it is not recharged again, okay, it is not reversible, then it is supposed to be as primary cells. Okay, so primary cells are non-rechargeable, like dry cells. Secondary cells, they are rechargeable like car, trucks, not rechargeable like e-rickshaw you can say, and rechargeable like inverters. In inverters we can recharge, in mobile also, in cell phones you can recharge your battery. So these are the secondary cells, and primary cells are non-rechargeable. Next we have these cells are rechargeable because of the chemical reaction. This chemical reaction can be reversed. So here what we can say that irreversible chemical reaction occur. Irreversible. Okay, because rechargeable means what? Your chemical reaction can be reversed. So we will say here reversible chemical reaction occurs. And here irreversible. Yes, opposite irreversible chemical reaction. Electrolyte will produce chemical reaction only. Okay, so this is the difference is done. Now in this in primary cells, actually what happening, chemical energy is converting into electrical energy. Chemical energy is converted into, that electrolyte is producing chemical energy, and result it is converting into, when we are connecting wires, it is converted into electrical energy. Now concepts like you are having chapters, and I think one more is left, chapter magnetism, and this is electricity. Very simple basic concept they gave you, very simple. Only earlier on chapters were difficult for you, or you can say because they were new, that's why you think that they are difficult, like vernier caliper, screw gauge. So you already know what is vernier caliper, what is vernier screw gauge, but now this time only you studied deeply about vernier caliper and screw gauge. So you think that it's difficult, or you can say it's hard. And one upthrust and fluid, you know about buoyancy and upthrust, but this time you deeply studied what is buoyancy, what is this, what is principle of flotation, how principle of flotation is working, and how we will get the formula of immersed volume and the volume which is not immersed. So these things now means now onwards chapters are very easy. It's like sound, nothing was there. Just it is like that. Just you touch only the surface of water. You didn't go deep in the water. Just you are touching the surface of water. Similarly here also in electricity, very simple definition they gave you. They gave you how to recognize the symbols of electric current, basic electric current. They gave a very simple formula of electric current. So yes, we are discussing about the primary cells and secondary cells. Non-rechargeable, rechargeable, irreversible chemical reaction can occur, and reversible reactions can occur. Chemical energy into electrical energy. Okay, in this what happens, because it is reversible, chemical energy will convert into electricity, but it is reversible means electrical energy can also convert it into chemical energy. Okay, so in this what you will write, electrical energy can convert into chemical energy. Reverse can be, because it is a reversible change. Okay, so energy can also be reversed. So this is your secondary cell. Next is it is non-rechargeable, it is rechargeable. Already we have written it is non-rechargeable, it is rechargeable. Then it has high internal resistance. High internal resistance means what? Which is opposing the flow of current. Okay, it has high internal resistance and it has low. If internal resistance will be low, then only you will be able to draw out more amount of current. Okay, if resistance will be low, resistance here is acting as a friction. If resistance is low, then you will be able to draw out the current more. If resistance is high, then you will be able to draw out the current not in that much amount. Okay, you can say less current you are able to draw out. So high internal resistance, it has low internal resistance. Any other properties left? It is light in weight and it is heavy weight. Light in weight and it is heavy in weight. Like inverter battery, if you will see, inverter battery, it's very heavy. So this is all about the primary and secondary cell. So So when now after cell, and what is this, Aksa? This is cell, symbol of cell. Okay, and what is this? This is battery. A combination of cells is known as battery, and this is your only a single cell. And here how many cells are there? 1, 2, 3. 3 cells we combine and it forms a battery. So this is very simple concept, but you should know about this. Okay, because usually students are doing this mistake. They are considering this also as battery. This is not a battery. This is only a cell, and this is battery. So now next we have a definition of electric current. So electric current means what? When metal is not connected via wire. Okay, when metal is not connected with a wire, so it means that electrons are moving in the metal only. But when you will connect in a wire, then electron will move through the wire. Okay, and what is a flow of electron is only the electric of current. So what will be the electric current? Then flow of electron constitute an electric current, and rate of flow of charge. Rate of flow of charge means what? Whenever rate come, it means what? With respect to time. We are talking about with respect to time. So rate of flow of charge is known as electric current. Okay. So from this definition, we can develop the formula. We can conclude the formula also of electric current. The simplest definition of electric current is rate of flow of electric charge. So we discuss about DC current, okay? Then we discuss about the difference between primary and secondary cells. Now we are discussing about the electric current. We are going to discuss about the electric current. So this is rate of flow of electric charge. Rate means with respect to time. Flow of charge means actually current is what? Flow of charge upon time. According to this statement, we will get this formula, and this is actually what your formula. So charge, you can say current. Current is what? Current is flow of charge with respect to time, upon time. Okay, and flow of charge you can say is also as charge. Fine, charge upon time. Number of flow of charges means what? Number of charges. So number of charges upon time. This charge is represented by capital Q. Okay, because this is discovered by the scientist Coulomb, and he gave the symbol by his name, Coulomb. That is Q. And time is represented by T, and current is represented by capital I. So we can say that I is equals to Q upon T is the formula, numerically formula, you can say it is the formula for finding out the amount of electric current in any circuit. I is equals to Q upon T. Okay, where Q is the symbol of charge and time is T. So what is your unit? Time unit is unit of current will be, first of all we will see unit of current. This charge unit is coulombs. Okay, time unit is seconds, and this is known as ampere. Coulomb per second is known as ampere. So unit of electric current is ampere, unit of Coulomb, unit of this charge Q is coulombs. Okay, 1 coulomb, 2 coulomb, 3 coulomb, it means what? Flow of number of charges, 3 coulomb charges, 4 coulomb charges, flow of charges per second is equals to, gives you what? Ampere. So current is what? I is equals to Q upon T. So suppose you have a circuit. Fine, key is there, and this is your wire. This is your A and B. This is the, you can say, electron will flow from your current is flowing from here. It means that your electron is flowing from B to A. Yes, electron, because this is the direction of flow of current. So electron is moving from B to A. Like this they are moving. Fine. So we can say like this. Let me show the direction. So So this is the circuit. So suppose this is your cell, this is key. Fine. This is key, and this key should be open or closed. This will be closed, then only you will be electron will be able to flow. Okay, so this will be now closed. So this is, suppose you have a circuit this, and now you like I is equals to what? Q upon T. Q upon T. Okay. Suppose 1 ampere current is there. Okay, 1 ampere. 1 ampere is current is drawn in 1 second. 1 ampere current is drawn in 1 second. 1 ampere current is drawn in 1 second. So how much coulomb will be there? What will be the flow charge? Charge will be what? 1 coulomb. 1 into 1 gives you 1 coulomb charge. Actually, I want to know that in 1 coulomb charge, how many electrons will flow? I want to know this, okay? In 1 coulomb charge, how many electrons will flow in a wire? So we have another definition of finding out the Q coulomb, that is Q is equals to Ne. Ne means number of electrons, E is the charge of 1 electron. Charge of 1 electron is supposed to be find out what? 1.6 into 10 raised to power minus 19, if you remember. 1.6 into 10 raised to power minus 19. This is the charge of 1 electron. Yes, so Q is equals to Ne. So Q is what? We have 1 coulomb. We want to know that how many number of electrons will be there in 1 coulomb. Q is your 1 coulomb, and you don't know. E is 1.6 into 10 raised to power minus 19. So that means 1 upon 1.6 into 10 raised to power minus 19. When you will solve this, so you will get the value 6.25 into 10 raised to power positive 18. So in 1 coulomb charge, this many number of electrons are there. Like if we are saying flow of charge is 1 coulomb, it means these number of 6.25 into 10 raised to power 18 electrons are moving. So it's the number. This is a very big number. Okay, 6.25 into 10 raised to power plus 18. It's not minus 18. It's plus 18. So you can say that 1 ampere current actually means that 6.25 into 10 raised to power 18 electron passes through the wire, or you can say passes through a conductor in 1 second. Okay, in 1 second. Now you can imagine, like if it is 5 ampere current, it means what? So means more than this number of electrons are flowing. Fine. So that's why when I gave you example of that cell, so I told you that this is 20 ampere current is too much. Okay, I should take 5 and 4 ampere current. That will be fine. So this is you can say what we got the formula, that I is equals to Q upon T. Okay, Q unit is coulomb, T is time. So this electric current formula is I is equals to Q upon time. The unit of electric current is ampere. Okay, but suppose if 1 ampere current is flows in 1 second, so what will be the flow of charge? Flow of charge will be 1 coulomb. But we want to know how many electrons will flow in 1 coulomb charge. So we use this expression Q is equals to Ne. Okay. Q is equals to Ne. This is, I think, this is known as quantum theory. This comes from quantum theory. So 1 coulomb is equals to N into 1.6, because we know that the charge of 1 electron is 1.6 into 10 raised to power minus 19 coulomb. So 1 upon 6. This is also coulomb unit. Okay. Charge unit is always coulomb, whether you are talking about proton or whether you are talking about electron. So because then only you will get the number. See, coulomb upon coulomb will cancel out. Then only you will get the ratio form. So this is number of electrons. We find out that 6.25 into 10 raised to power 18. So there are other small units of electric current, that is milliampere and microampere. Other units of electric current is what? Milliampere and microampere. Milliampere and microampere. Microampere is represented by mu. Okay, we will make U like this, cursive U. Okay, mu A, microampere, milliampere. Milliampere means 10 raised to power minus 3 ampere, and micro means 10 raised to power minus 6. Fine, this conversion you should know, because it will help you in solving the numericals. Fine. So this is all about electric current. Now we have some various symbols in electric current. Like if here I show you a circuit, so we have some symbols. Okay, every time, like this is the symbol of key, closed key. This is the symbol of cell. Similarly, like if you will study more about, then you need to put in a circuit more things, more sources. Like suppose you are inserting resistance, key, bulb, others, rheostat, other things you want to insert. So you should know the symbol, because then only you will be able to make a simple circuit by using the symbols. So now move on towards the various symbols of electric circuits. Now there are two types of current. You know that electric current and DC current. So first we will start from the symbol of DC current and electric current, because we start from this topic only. Symbols. Alternating current symbol is this. Okay, and DC current symbol is this, cell. Okay, fine. Battery also you can use. It's not like that in DC always only one cell. You can use battery also. So this is the symbol of AC. Whenever you see a circuit is having like this, suppose a circuit is like this, so you will say in this circuit AC current flows. Okay, and in place of this, if it is like this, so you will say DC current flows. So you can easily recognize by looking to the symbol of AC and DC. Next we have a key symbols. So there are three many types of keys. Plug key you have. Then plug key is like this, simple. This is open key. Okay, that's it. When you will insert, so the circuit is closed. When you will plug out that key, so that is open circuit. So this is the open circuit key. Okay, plug key, this is open circuit, and this will be closed circuit key. Yes, Aksa? Look here, this will be closed plug key and this is open plug key. Next we have tapping switch. Tapping switch, like when current will flow, so it will touch, like here it is. This will touch this terminal. Okay, and when you can say the circuit is open, so it will be like this. When circuit is closed, okay, it will start tapping. This will touch, this point will touch to this point. Fine. Like this. So this will be closed tapping switch. Okay, tapping, it will tap. So from the name only we can understand this symbol. This is tapping switch. Now after tapping switch, a simple switch you have. Simple switch, like you are using your switch. So this switch is having which symbol? Like this. Open switch will be like this. And closed switch will be like I made earlier, no? Symbol correctly I am making? Fine. Now we have tapping switch done, key done, tapping switch done, and switch also done. Okay, so these are the three keys: plug key, tapping switch, and simple switch. So these are the symbols of the plug key. This is open, closed, open, closed, open, closed. Okay. In your book they told you, means they make the diagram separately. First they make open, then they make close. So but I choose to make means combined form, so that you can understand which one symbol is denoting close and which one symbol is denoting open. So these are the some symbols of key. Next we have resistance wire. Resistant, there is a difference between resistance and resistant wire. Okay. Now resistance wire symbol is resistant wire. It is made up of nichrome and magnesium. So resistant wire is always show like this. Aksar, look here, this is your resistant wire. A wire which is having a resistance. Okay, this is your resisting wire. Now rheostat is what? Rheostat, it is also resistant but variable, means you can change the resistance by using a jockey. So this representation is like this. We make a one jockey also, like this. This is actually, yes, this is resistance is same like friction. Always act in opposite direction, is the opposite to the flow of electron. So this is your rheostat and this is known as jockey, because jockey is only helping in to vary the resistance. Okay. Then next we have resistance box. Resistance box is actually, it is having so many resistance in a box which are connected in a series. Okay. Resistance box is different, rheostat is different, resistant wire is different. Okay, like usually we are taking this resistant wire when we are making electric circuits. Very simple electric circuit is having this, but it is have a variable resistance, so you will use this rheostat. And if it is have so many resistance, so you will use resistant box. Resistant box is having what, several resistance are there, are connected in series. Okay, and it is represented by what? Okay, representation is not there. Actually we are using the resistant box in doing practical. And you are doing practical, so we are using resistance box. In that, so many resistors are connected in series. It looks like this. This is a box. So many resistors are connected in series. 3 ohm, 4 ohm, 5 ohm, 6, 7, 8, 9, like this. It seems to be like this. So we will see that in lab it will be there. So I will show you. Okay, resistance box. So resistance box actually we are using when we are doing any practical. This is we are using when we are making electric circuit. This is also when we are making electric circuits. Okay, but when we are doing any practical, so we are using this resistance box. Now we have ammeter. Ammeter means which measure the flow of electric current, which measure the magnitude of electric current, and it is represented by like this. Ammeter, simple. A circle is having A inside A. Okay, and then you just connect it. Then we have a voltmeter. Voltmeter which measures potential. Similarly, voltmeter symbol also a circle inside this V. Okay. Then we have but voltmeter is always connected with parallel. Okay. Voltmeter is always connected in parallel, ammeter is always connected in series. Then we have galvanometer. Galvanometer is just detect the presence of current. It does not measure the magnitude of the current. This is the symbol of galvanometer. Galvanometer just only detects the presence of current. It will not measure the magnitude. Magnitude will be measured by ammeter only. Only ammeter will tell that it is having a 2 ampere current or 1.5 ampere current. This will tell you the only presence. Like if current will be there, so galvanometer is having a needle. The needle will rotate from here to here. It means that current is there. So it just telling you the presence of current, detecting the current. Magnitude is measured by ammeter. Magnitude of current, magnitude of potential difference is measured by voltmeter. Then we have a connecting wires. Connecting wires, like if you are taking this wire, like this one. So this wire is supposed to be have what? Negligible resistance. This wire is not having resistance. So when you are showing a simple wire, it means it has no resistance. Okay, this is the ideal thing, because every wire is having resistance. Like if there will be no resistance, then we will be able to draw more amount of current. So this is about all these symbols. DC symbol, AC symbol. Then we have key symbols. There are different types of keys. So according to this, there are 3 key symbols they have shown you. They are more than this. Means like if you will go in higher classes, then you will be able to see higher symbols, more symbols. So plug key symbol, simple. Okay, usually we are using this because this is easy and easy to understand. Like if it is open, so it means that there will be no current. The current will not flow, and in this the current will flow, because it is closed. Closed doesn't mean that when we are closing the switch, so it means that we stop the current, we stop the flow of current. That is actually that switch. When we will open it, so it is actually, sorry, I'm speaking opposite. No, fine, yes. So this is in the way, but this is plug key. This is the different key. Okay, this type of key we use in practical, like when we are doing any experiment related to electric current. Like we have a key insert. When we insert a key, electric current will flow. When we will take out the key, then current will stop. Then similarly, we have a tapping switch also. This type of keys we use in advanced electric circuit when we are doing when you are having so much load. Load means what? Bulb and other appliances. So then we were using tapping switch. Then we have this one switch also. Okay. So these are the symbols of switch. Then we have a resistant wire. Resistant wire always represented like this. A wire which is having a resistance. This is a plain wire which is having no resistance. Time. Achha, it's over. Fine. Okay, so I'm winding up. So next time we will discuss about the simple circuit.